Have you ever noticed that many believers ask God to heal their hearts, but never stop to ask where healing actually needs to happen? We often think of restoration as a single event. Yet throughout Scripture, God restores people in layers. In my book, The Mountain, the Mother, and the Wound, I explore what I call the three arenas of restoration: the altar, the tent, and the lineage. Each represents a different place where healing must occur if we are going to walk in true wholeness. Genesis 22 records Abraham's journey to Mount Moriah, where he built an altar in obedience to God. The Hebrew word mizbeach, meaning altar, comes from a root meaning to slaughter or to sacrifice. The altar was a place of worship, surrender, and covenant. Yet while the mountain became a testimony of God's provision for Abraham, the experience may also have carried emotional consequences for those involved. Scripture tells us what happened on the mountain, but it does not describe every emotional response afterward. As readers, we should distinguish between what the text explicitly says and what we carefully consider as theological reflection. The first arena is healing the altar. This is individual restoration. Healing the altar means acknowledging the true cost of obedience without confusing God's character with the pain of difficult circumstances. Sometimes people leave painful seasons believing God abandoned them, when in reality, He was sustaining them through the trial. Healing begins when we invite Jesus into the memories we have tried to bury. He does not erase the past, but He redeems its influence over our lives. The second arena is healing the tent. Throughout Genesis, the tent represents family, relationships, and daily life. It is where people loved, grieved, celebrated, and struggled together. Many families survive difficult experiences, yet never process them emotionally. Silence becomes the family language. Walls replace vulnerability. Emotional safeguarding replaces intimacy. Healing the tent means breaking unhealthy silence, rebuilding trust through honesty, and creating relationships where people feel safe telling the truth. Restoration is not simply about staying together. It is about becoming healthy together. The third arena is healing the lineage. Every generation passes something forward. Sometimes it is faith, sometimes it is fear, sometimes it is resilience, sometimes it is unresolved pain. Scripture demonstrates recurring family patterns throughout Genesis, while also teaching, in passages such as Ezekiel 18, that each person is responsible before God for their own choices. Healing the lineage is not about blaming previous generations. It is about recognizing unhealthy patterns and intentionally replacing them with godly ones so that future generations inherit blessing instead of brokenness. One of the central ideas in The Mountain, the Mother, and the Wound is that restoration is never limited to one dimension of our lives. God heals the person, transforms the relationships, and redirects the future. The work of restoration moves outward like ripples in water. What God heals within you eventually blesses those around you and those who come after you. As you reflect on this teaching, ask yourself, what altar have I survived but never emotionally left? What conversations does my tent still need to have? What family pattern is God inviting me to break so the next generation can walk in greater freedom? The good news is that Jesus is not only Lord of the mountain experience, He is also Lord of the memories, the relationships, and the generations. He is able to restore what obedience cost, what silence concealed, and what history repeated. His desire is not merely that you survive your story, but that you become whole through it. If today's teaching encouraged you, this is only one insight from my book, The Mountain, the Mother, and the Wound. Inside my teaching vault, you'll find the complete book, prophetic Bible studies, companion study guides, journals, discussion questions, presentation slides, and additional teaching resources designed for personal study, small groups, and ministry leaders. Visit payhip.com/Dr. Delisa Rodgers to explore the teaching vault. If this lesson blessed you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs encouragement. Until next time, remember, God doesn't simply bring us through the mountain. He heals the wound, honors the story, and prepares us for the promise.